Low volume push day, okay? We're gonna do freaking chest flies. You guys see I got the extra 25 on the stack. All right, last week I did an extra 10 on the stack for like 7 reps. So I figure this week I'll probably be able to do the extra 25 on the stack for hopefully at least 4, maybe 5. And you know, you just gotta put some gusto in it. You know, I always talk about slight cheating being really effective just for getting your foot in the door with progressive overload. And I feel like, you know, my form has actually been really good on this exercise, and you know, I'm really trying to push myself. And yeah, I'm a little bit cracked out off of caffeine today because I had a Gorilla Mode Lightning. I just got that, and I talked about it yesterday a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid pre-workout. And yeah, let's get into the set. I think that was 4. A little bit of cheating. A little bit of collarbone cracking. But it's okay. You know, guys, if I had $1 for every time somebody critiqued my chest, I legit would have as much money, probably as Elon Musk, maybe Jeff Bezos, the likes of which the world has never seen, okay? And a lot of people give me a lot of unsolicited advice. That's fine. But then they'll be like, bro, you should start training chest. And I'm like, bro, do I really look like I don't train chest? Obviously, there's some development, right? Not the greatest. But how am I going to fix that? How am I going to fix those comments? I'm sure there's some of you out there who say, well, I mean, well, first off, I'm going to preface with, I don't care what comments are said. And your goal shouldn't be to try to get other people to stop commenting on something. Your goal should be, how can I work on myself to be a better version of myself, right? Sometimes other people can point you in the right direction, but at the end of the day, people are going to say things you can't let it bother you. Otherwise, you're just going to get paralysis by analysis. You're going to worry about what other people say too much, okay? So just a preface. That's a big preface, but you get what I'm saying. So how am I going to fix my chest, okay? By doing something that a lot of people might say, oh, it doesn't work or this or that. See, here's the thing. Gimmicks are super well touted in bodybuilding. Brother, just get a pump, slow eccentric, go high reps, high volume, you'll get big, you'll get huge, because that's what a lot of bodybuilders do. But the thing is, a lot of these guys are on stuff, and they have great genetics, okay? And they train close to failure, which is probably the biggest thing, okay? In terms of making any progress, right? I'm gonna do chest flies only, multiple times per week, twice per week, that is. Today, just 2 sets. On Monday, I usually do anywhere from 4 to 6 sets, and just focusing on progressive overload. What that's going to do is I'm going to focus on motor unit recruitment. It's going to cause more chest growth than there otherwise would be because I'm isolating it, right? There's always going to be more growth in isolation. The thing about compound lifts is compound lifts, while they're easier to overinflate the numbers and get bigger numbers over time, and it might seem like you can overload better, that doesn't mean that the muscle's growing faster. And generally speaking, whatever muscle that you put into isolation will grow the most. Putting it first in the workout, taking long rests, making sure you're doing isolation, high motor unit recruitment stuff. Because motor unit recruitment is the goal, guys. No gimmicks, no pump, no soreness, none of that. So, let's go. Boys, single arm tricep extensions are absolutely goated. They're actually fairly loadable, believe it or not. I was convinced that I'd be stuck on like 25 forever, just because I see some people who try to control the weight more. They'll put it on like half the stack for both arms. So I'm like, dude, if this is really controlled, how am I ever gonna do, you know, more than like 25? How's it gonna be progressible? But it is. You'd be shocked. It's very progressible. So I was up to 50 last time I did this. I think I want to go for 57 and a half. Try to go for maybe 5 reps. see how it feels. But guys, we're focusing on the shortened position, okay? Because the triceps have best leverage to produce force and have high motor unit recruitment in the shortened position. And they don't benefit from stretch-mediated hypertrophy like a lot of people think. So with that said, you're not trying to get a massive, super deep stretch in your long head or anything like that. You're just trying to get the shortened position. Not to say that I'm gonna do, you know, little reps that are like this, but we're gonna probably start the range of motion at about a little over 90 degrees of elbow flexion, maybe about 100, 110-ish. So with that said, let's get to the set. Quick note before my set, my right is actually a little weaker than my left. So I'm gonna try doing the right first, seeing how many reps I get and try to match that with my left. This just happened recently, by the way. My left was always much weaker until very recently when I corrected my imbalance. .5. Not that bad. Channel your inner Jay Cutler. You know, the phones were off. People will call me with their problems. I'd hang up on them. I think that was actually the same reps. Nice. All right, boys, remember, always smile. We're gonna get a good quality set here. It's the same weight, but I think might not have been properly warmed up, so we're gonna try to go for at least the same amount of reps, if not more. You know what? I'm gonna lower it to 50. You know what? I'm not. Again, boys, I can't stress this enough. If you are, I mean, literally anybody who's watching should just think about this. If you got a weak muscle group and you're not beginner but you're intermediate, focus on high motor unit recruitment stuff, man. Because if you're a beginner, none of that really matters. Like you're gonna grow very easily. You probably don't even have any real weak points yet in terms of like known weak points, because you're just small overall. No hate to you guys, I'm just saying, you know, that's just how it is when you are, you know, a basic small frame person. You can't really tell what's weak and what's strong in your physique because you don't have a lot to go off of. But when you get bigger, you have more of an awareness kind of your weaknesses. And so whenever you're, let's say like you're 5'8", 150 pounds, like 15% body fat, you know, even like probably, yeah, 15% body fat, just look and be like, okay, are my arms ridiculously small? Are they like 13 inches? Then let's start focusing on, okay, where does this muscle have best leverage? Okay, that's in the 0 to 90 degree position. Okay, now let me do some preacher curls. Okay, let me do single arm. Okay, let me progressively overload that. That's what I did. And my arms gained 2 inches in 6 months. So Just really focus on, okay, what's my weak point? How can I combat this? Let's look at motor unit recruitment and progressive overload. How can we optimize those things? Anyway, let's get to the set. Last set. Shape it up already, boys. Nothing better than a good chest, tricep, and shoulder pump, for real. Woo! I low-key got Jay Cutler on repeat today because I'm just feeling it, you know? Jay Cutler is so motivational, man. I want to be like him, to an extent. Goodness. You might be thinking, Max Sharkey, did you seriously just move to do side raises somewhere else because the lighting was better? Absolutely, right? I saw an empty bench for a while and I'm like, that's one of the best lighting spots in the gym. The lighting here generally, honestly, isn't that good. And mainly in the posing areas where you would want it to be, right? Sometimes it's good in areas like this, though, where you're kind of in front of the mirror. But with that said, boys, let's just do one last set to finish up the rambunctious bump and then go hit a pose. And you know, I would do lunges in the parking lot at like 4 in the morning. And they would say, oh, what's the secret? Is that what Jay has to do? Is that what we have to do? And you know, I did that just to play mind games with people. All right, boys. We get to put it on low exposure real quick. Everything looks better on low exposure. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best here to pose well, show off the pump. You get the whole deal.